Get off. Welcome to MCRD Paris Island, where you are at trading boot camp. I don't want to call it trading boot camp, but that was kind of like, what came to my mind at first, originally. But boot camp is really, really something that's just time based. Trading is not time based. You know what I'm saying? Trading is a journey. So I'm gonna have to call this trading journey. And I'm gonna say this video number one, trading video, trading journal. No, trading journey video part one, where I'll be walking y'all through essentially how to go from little to no knowledge with trading to being what I'm saying, a proficient. Let me what I'm saying, always acknowledge God, because He said acknowledging me gonna make all your paths straight. So why am I doing this? You know what I'm saying? This is what it stems from. It stems from Genesis. You know what I'm saying? The very beginning of the Bible stems from the very beginning, where this is what it says: in the beginning, God created the heaven and earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. Man, with this trading stuff, like, it can seem like a foreign language. It can seem so much confusing, and there are a lot of misconceptions about it. So, what I'm going to be doing, we're made in likeness and image of God. So, I'm going to take that chaos that you have, and I'm going to try to bring it to make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? Form it. You know what I'm saying? We God is a creator, so we too also shall create. So that is why I'm creating this. So starting off, what is trading? As simple as it is taking an item of a certain value and exchanging it for another item for less than, equal to, or greater. Example, the barter system. So back in the day, before, what I'm saying, we actually had, like, paper money and stuff like that. The barter system was like, "Yay, I got 3 eggs, and I got 3 eggs, and I need some salt. I'm gonna give you these 3 eggs, and you're gonna give me a pound of salt." Right? So you exchange the goods for goods back in the bartering systems. But now we can still do that, but we don't necessarily have to do that now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we work, we make the money, and then we go buy those things. So back then there was no such thing as, what I'm saying, those type of money forms. Then later on in the line, it was like they were exchanging shells and rocks, and so on and so forth, and progress until what we have now, where we can trade. I mean, you can still trade like this, right? You know what I'm saying? Kids, I remember being a kid, you can trade Yu-Gi-Oh cards, or Pokemon cards. You can trade such thing like that, or you can trade video games. You know what I'm saying? People trade shoes, clothes. They trade whatever. You know what I'm saying? You are exchanging one thing for another thing. Like, I'm gonna give you this in exchange for this. You're gonna give me this in exchange for that, so on and so forth. And that's the same thing when it comes to trading in the markets. What I personally trade is forex, foreign exchange market. So what that is exchanging foreign currencies. But you can do the same thing with stocks, right? You're going to exchange that. You're going to buy it at a certain price, and you're either hoping that it goes up, you're hoping that it goes down, right? So when you either when you sell it at the end of the day, right, you're going to be exchanging it again for either a greater value or a lesser value or equal value. That determines, what I'm saying, whether lose, win, or break even. But that's, what I'm saying, that's later down the line, guys. Sit down. So that's what trading is, in simplest terms. Right? Bring it down. All right. So what trading is and what it is not. Jesus came full of grace and truth. Um, Same thing as God. You know what I'm saying? Don't get God wrong. Like, God is a loving God. He's compassionate, slow to anger, but don't get it twisted. He will, strike judgment. You know what I'm saying? He will allow whatever wrongdoings are doing to, come upon you. Right. So we also have to understand that we got to bring, some grace, the good side and the bad side, the positive and the pros and the cons when it comes to this trading. So trading, on a serious note, is a business. Why do I say it's a business? It's a business because, think about a business, like Walmart. Walmart has all these franchises in many different locations. How is it a business? Because they have a business plan, they have a structure, how everything is structured, and then that is written out. Um, is written out explicitly so that way each time a franchise opens, they can follow that same structure and essentially start off immediately being successful, just like those other previous franchises that are established. So personally, I have a trading plan. I follow that trading plan day in and day out. I can show someone my trading plan. They can follow that exact trading plan to a T, execute according to that, and also be profitable in their trading, right? So that's what makes trading a business, right? Trading is not gambling. Trading is not, oh, I'm a hope and wish that it goes up. I'm a hope and wish it goes down. No. Now, don't get me wrong, it is a lot of people that do that. And that's why 80, 90% of traders fail because they are gambling and they're not treating it as a business, right? But trading is a business and that's not gambling. So we got to get that out there. We got to, that cannot be a part of our mindset when it comes to trading. It's not gambling. We're not hoping and wishing. No. Um, will we ever know exactly what the market will do? No, we will not, right? But based off data, um, calculated predictions, we can foresee certain things happening, therefore making it a probability, right? When it's a probability, that is an educated bias, that is an educated analysis that you're making in regards to it. You're not hoping and wishing. Again, Walmart can't determine how many people are going to come in and out of their store, right? But based off the previous data, let's say the previous 2 months or the previous last Christmas season, they seen how much they sold or did not sell, how much what did sell and what did not sell, and they can take certain things out that did not sell, and they can add more what did sell, so on and so forth. Therefore, again, adding back to that business plan, not making it guessing, not guessing, but making it a business approach where it can be followed, right? So that's what trading is and what it is not. Um, yeah, just to also throw out an example in there. So you know what I'm saying. Let's do this to further hit on the point. So whether you're in stocks, whether you are in forex, whether you're in crypto, or any of that stuff, come on, you're gonna have to have money on the line, right? Gambling is taking 100 and hoping and wish to make a meal, or let's say 100,000 in one trade. That is gambling. That is 100% gambling. Now, something that is more reasonable, right? Right? Like, Walmart has to spend money to make money. Like that's exactly how it goes. Right? Now, something that's more realistic. Trading is a probability. Again, trading is probability, right? So you have $100, you can risk the whole $100, which is not smart. But what makes it a business, right? Because you have to preserve capital, you have to continue to add capital into your account. What can make it different and how we should look at this is as a percentage game, right? These businesses, they make quarterly returns, right? Like, I don't know, Apple, they make a 10% return, yearly, or 50% return, over 2 years, right? So if you have $100 and you're looking to again grow your account to $110, that is something that is more realistic, right? Because you added 10% to your account, or vice versa, or not vice versa, but also on a greater scale. Let's say you do have 100K, you do have a 100K account. You messing with the big money. You can grow that to something like 130K, right? Because that's you've grown your account by 30%. Now everybody has doesn't have to get these numbers. Some people can grow faster, some people can grow slower, right? But it's all based on your business plan and based on certain other factors when it comes to trading. When it comes to trading, right? So yes, trading can be slow. Trading, um, trading can also be fast, right? But on the flip side, again, because that is the positive side. Now, The pro side. Now look at the con side, right? The same way you can make that is also the same way you can lose that, right? So we have to be, you know, full transparency. You know what I'm saying? Like you can have that 100K and you can go down 20% to 80K. You know what I'm saying? That's just the honest truth. You know, Walmart isn't always profitable. You know what I'm saying? They have their up seasons, down seasons. They have up year, down year, right? That is business. It's not gambling. I mean, even with gambling, you can win, you can lose, you can win big, win, lose little, right? It is the exact same thing, guys. So that's what trading is and is not. And um, last but not least, well, I had already just touched on that. It's how can you use this? You know what I'm saying? You can use this to grow your capital, multiply your capital, right? It's all again, stems back to your business plan, right? Everybody has going to have different goals when it comes to trading. Some people might say, I just want to pay my cell phone bill. Some people might say, I want to have my lifestyle from that. So some people do vacation money. Some people say, you know what I'm saying, this will be my full-time job, right? So this is what trading is. This is what it is not, right? And this is how you can use it, again, to multiply, grow your risk capital. Why is it called risk capital? That is the significant part. Risk capital, because whatever money you put out there, essentially, you have to have a mindset that you could lose that. So this is why it's called risk capital. So if you put in $100 online, you have to understand that essentially that is gone until it either hits your profit point that you want to take money out, or hit your stop point, and takes your money out, right? Again, we have to dive deeper into that stuff later down the line, but that's what trading is, what it is and what it is not, and how you can use it, right? So hopefully, you're able to see both sides of this, the pros and the cons to it. You're able to understand that, what I'm saying, like this is something that will have to take work, right? Like this is a journey, like I said from the beginning. I can teach you all these things, and then, what I'm saying, within the matter of a week or 2 weeks. But at the end of the day, you know, what I'm saying, like it's going to be so many unknown uncertainties out there in regards to how you handle yourself personally, which we'll have to get into later, psychology and emotions. That is a whole different thing. And that's something that I necessarily can't teach you. I can guide you, but how I handle money is different from how everybody else handles money, right? And that's based off, like, past experience, childhood experiences, and all so forth, so on and so forth. But hopefully this video was helpful. Hopefully, what I'm saying, you have a thank you. You have a little bit of a clearer of a level of clarity when it comes to trading, how it can be used, what it is not. And I would like to open the floor for a discussion, but I'm the only one in the Zoom right now. But yeah, so later online, when I'm sharing this video, if anybody had any questions, I can definitely, add a part two to this, or what I'm saying, if there are no questions, it might not be a part two, or I could just answer the questions, personally, one on one. But the more questions that I do get in the future in regards to this, the better. You know what I'm saying? Because it helps those people that's coming after the fact. And this is what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? To take you from zero to hero. I just said that because it rhymes. But you're not a hero just because you're a great trader. But take you again from no knowledge to to a level of proficiency at what it is you're doing. We're not, nobody's perfect. God didn't create anybody perfect except His one and only begotten Son Jesus. But we can bring some level of clarity to this. God brought order to He brought order to the chaos, to the confusion, to the nothingness. Right? We're gonna be bringing that clarity, that knowledge to these markets, to these markets. You know what I'm saying? To where you can see this, and like, oh, I know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You know what's going on. If it's going up or it's going down, or so you had the potentially opportunity to buy, you had the opportunity to sell. And yeah, and then execute in a way in the proficient, right? Because you have to be proficient to essentially to do good at it. You see what I'm saying? Like, like you can be a professional basketball player, which is great. But ultimately the ultimate goal is to win. It's what I'm saying, have a winning season to win the championship, the finals, whatever. So, that's what we're striving. We're aiming to get to. We're aiming to bring that clarity, and then be proficient at it at a high level. So that is it for this video. Sorry I dragged it on so much, but thank y'all for watching. Y'all stay blessed by the best, God always.